everybody. We're trying to figure out our screen for the first time. Our admin person, our son, was confused. But welcome once again. Continuing our theme for the month of pizza making. I don't think we have anybody cooking with us live today, okay, for the first time since we started this cooking classes on Sundays. That's okay. We are looking forward to spending a lot of time with you and excited to actually share with you my personal favorite kind of base for pizza because I'm not really a big fan of tomato based anything. I always like things creamy. All right. So today we're going to teach you how we make a very simple, basic white pizza sauce. Now, let me tell you, this is actually just a variation of your typical Alfredo sauce. Okay. It's just done differently. Cool?
Cool.
Okay, so we'll dive in because we're not waiting for anybody to cook with us currently. To make our white pizza sauce, this is incredibly versatile. Like I've been saying this over and over again, pizza, we're realizing, is one of the most versatile, if not the most versatile, one dish meal.
That's right.
Right? So this white pizza sauce is not any different. In fact, it only comes with like 5 ingredients and you can easily make these vegan. Okay, how? Simple. Instead of using butter, you use your typical oil or the vegan substitutes for butter. Instead of using dairy milk, you can use any kind of milk. Like today, I'm actually going to use oat milk, and you will see that. And finally, instead of using the typical Parmesan dairy kind of cheese, you can choose to get the vegan substitute for Parmesan cheese,
That's
right? It's good because nowadays we have so many substitutes for anyone who's trying to go vegan. Cool. Ready? So the first thing we're gonna do is in any type of cookware or saucepan, you simply put that on your stove top at medium heat because we're going to cook it on the stove top. Our sauce, our white pizza sauce. So starting with this one, I'm putting it on medium heat, going to medium heat for an induction cooktop is typically 375 degrees, okay? I went all the way to 460. There you go. So I'm using an induction cooktop, and the very first thing what we're going to do is add the butter, okay? Now the important thing about this is you do not allow your butter to turn brown. You just want to melt it on your saucepan, okay? That is to make sure that we don't burn our butter. You want to avoid burning your butter for this one.
Okay.
So this is actually a, yes?
Oh, I just wanted to, I checked for the first time. We didn't forget to check our Facebook Live. So we want to say hi to those who've signed in
Hi.
from all over the US. I see Michelle here, and William, and Alex, and somebody from Davao. So hi, and also from India and the UK. So I know that several are hosting watch parties. We may not see all of you, but thank you for joining us.
Yes. So there's the 2 tablespoonfuls of butter. In your ingredient list that you received a few days earlier, I did say unsalted butter, but today I'm actually using salted butter. So I don't have to add a lot of butter later. Okay, so you see, this is melted quite fast. And because I said we don't want to brown this, right? That's it. The next thing we're going to add is going to be our all-purpose flour, which is 2 tablespoonfuls. Honey, can you please mince some garlic for me? Like 1 tablespoonful of garlic. He's going to be my assistant. So after the butter, the next thing you add will be your flour. Okay? Make sure that's the first thing that you add after you butter. Why? You need very little liquid. You need to start being able to mix your butter and flour with very little liquid, not the milk. Make sure you add your flour right after the butter. You see that? Okay, there you go. So I was able to mix the flour easily and a lot faster with a little butter, rather than if we added the flour after the milk. Okay, so please make sure you take note of the sequence. Butter first and then the flour. And then soon after the flour, I lifted it up from the induction top because I told you earlier, I don't want to burn this. I want to make sure we don't burn this. Okay, while my husband is trying to mince, so your garlic, this is actually 2 cloves of garlic. The key is to make sure you mince it as fine as you can. Chop it up really, really well, okay? And it is always better, personally, I feel like, to use fresh garlic with this one. Now, there are some people who are kind of like acidic and they don't do well with fresh garlic. You can actually use the powdered ones, okay? It will not be as acidic and better for your tummy. And then what do you add next is here our milk. So I said 1 1/4 cups of the milk of your choice. So today we're using our oat milk, right? Recently I've we've actually started using oat milk in our home, especially me for my coffee and everything. One of these days I'm going to share with you how I make my coffee. It's like a whole process. Okay, so let me grab first. Okay, so this is 1/3. 1, 2. Uh-oh. See, I need to be careful because I'm starting to burn it. Honey, can you please mix this?
Okay.
2, 3. That's a cup. And 1/4 more. All right, there you go.
You add the garlic?
And then soon after that, you add the garlic. So you see, you're not actually sauteing garlic with this one. Okay, now look, this is going to be a little bit challenging because our butter and our flour kind of curdled. The whole point of the flour in this is to make it thick, okay? So this is going to be our challenge because our flour kind of curdled. That's why you cannot burn it, you see? So this is live, you will see me make mistakes. Can you add the garlic, please?
Sure.
Okay, now to make it easier, so we can make sure that we somehow melt and mix the flour a lot better. I'm using a whisk at this point, okay? And I actually turned my induction cooktop to a much lower temperature. Okay, so here, I'm gonna try to help it by doing both. I am trying to mix the flour really well, okay? With the whisk and our spatula. It's on the sides. Can you see it? All right. So do you see the garlic? If you have kids, typically they don't like big pieces of garlic. So you can just chop it up as fine as you can. Well, sometimes, to be honest, I actually add like bigger pieces of garlic. Sometimes we roast them because I personally like tons of garlic. Garlic is my favorite spice. Like if you ask me if I can only have one spice for the rest of my life, I will choose garlic, right? Because I can pretty much put it in anything, everything and anything. Okay. So while I'm mixing this and making sure that our pizza sauce is doing well until it becomes a little bit thick, okay? And then you don't add the Parmesan sauce until this is a lot thicker. FYI, your Parmesan cheese rather. your Parmesan cheese, you're not supposed to boil it, okay? It kind of changes its flavor when you boil Parmesan cheese. So we will add our Parmesan cheese towards the end when this is a lot thicker. We make sure we don't boil it. So while I'm making sure this thickens up, you see it's starting to thicken up. Let me give it to my hubby so he can show you. This is the pre-made pizza crust that we tried showing you earlier when we went live. Now he's going to show you how he's going to prepare one of the crusts, okay, for our white pizza.
Okay, so I don't know if you got to see it earlier, but we did make our dough and we set it for 90 minutes. Now, it actually went a little over 90 minutes. That's why, as you can see, it's so much bigger. It's like probably 2.5 times the size now of the
It's a
what it was
giant
earlier.
dough.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide it into 3 parts because I'm going to only be using 1/3 for my white pizza, and Marvie's going to be using another third for her chocolate chip pizza, and then we're going to keep the rest. Okay, the way you keep pizza dough is you freeze it. So I'm going to freeze 1/3. Okay, Mikael, you can go back to the main camera. That's fine. Okay, so I'm just dividing this up into 3 parts,
There you go.
and I am going to keep 1/3. Okay, and I'll ziplock it. I'm going to brush some olive oil. That's how you store your pizza dough. And I'm going to ziplock it and put it into my freezer. Okay. All right, so now we're left with 2 pieces, and I'm going to start shaping them now into circles.
We're leaving 2 pieces because one is for the savory pizza for the white sauce,
Mhm.
and then the other one is for chocolate chip pizza for dessert.
Okay.
I'm so excited to eat
So
this
again,
today.
there's really no mathematical formula for this. All you have to do is,
For the kneading part.
yeah, just shape it into a pizza.
Do you see our white sauce? Good save, Marvie. I was like nervous for a little bit. No, I thought our flour burnt, but it was saved. Do you see this? Okay.
Now, by the way, I did not preheat my electric oil skillet. I'm doing a skillet pizza, although this electric oil core skillet by Saladmaster acts as a mini oven. Now, the difference is last week I showed you where I preheated the skillet, right, at 400 degrees. Today I'm not doing that because I'm going to show you what it's like when you start with just a cold
pan.
Yeah. Now, if you're using a traditional oven, go ahead and preheat your oven to 425 because that's how you're going to be, that's the heat that you're going to be cooking your pizza at.
Your crust or the whole pizza at the 425 only?
Yeah, it's 425. It's for your crust and your toppings, actually. It's for both.
Oh, even though the pizza crust is raw?
Yes.
Okay. 425. If you're doing this the traditional manner, meaning you're using your big oven. Like if you're not familiar with the way we cook with 7, Chad and Marvie, Chad and Marvie, I get confused because I always go with 7 with Chad Marvie. It's both with, right? Anyway, if you're not familiar with our format, we try to teach you several recipes, all kinds of recipes that are simplified to 7 ingredients or less. Okay, and the difference is that we always try to show you 2 different ways of cooking whatever dish that we're sharing. Okay, the traditional way and the Saladmaster way, because that is what we use at home. We only have Saladmaster at home, and that's usually how we cook our meals.
Okay, so Mikael, if you could shift to this camera, I'll just show it to them. So basically, you just, yeah, there you go.
You
See
line
that?
it up.
Yeah,
Are we gonna pinch it on the side?
I don't have that much dough because I used only 1/3. So I'm probably not.
Oh, so is this gonna be thin?
No, this is actually going to be medium
Medium.
after it gets cooked. So this is a 12-inch skillet. This is a 12-inch pizza, basically.
Without the curved edge. Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna be using Marvie's white sauce, so I'll find out if it's
Okay,
ready. If it's ready,
honey,
if it's not, then I'll just repeat
look,
this.
this is already like thick enough, but here's my thing. We need to make or grate some Parmesan cheese because again, if you don't know us, we always try to do our cheese from scratch.
Okay.
It's provolone. We need Parmesan. Here's a Parmesan cheese. Do you want to do this? Can you mix it, honey? So if you see this, it's already thickened. My stovetop is my EOC. My induction cooktop at this point is at 240 degrees, okay? Now here's our Parmesan cheese. Mikael, can you please spotlight me? We always try to grate or shred our Parmesan cheese or any kind of cheese from a block, okay? We try not to use pre-grated. Mikael, can you please spotlight mom?
The other iPad here called Mom.
There you go. Are you okay, big guy? Please don't sleep on us, okay? Here you go. How much Parmesan cheese do we use? Our recipe actually calls for 1/4 of a cup. Okay, so I think that's 1/4 at this point. Let me check. This is the 1/4 cup.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just gonna throw it in there and then turn off our stove because, like I said, we are not supposed to heat up, much less boil our Parmesan cheese. So we're just going to use the heat from the sauce itself to kind of like melt it all together. Okay?
Okay.
Go.
This is done.
Yes, the white sauce is pretty much done.
Okay, you can go back to the main camera, Nick. Okay, so here's our white sauce, and I'm ready to put it onto my cold dough over here. Okay, so today I am making white pizza. So, oh, you know what I did? I forgot. I was gonna spray this with olive oil. So, put this here first, so that it will lift easier.
For later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I have to shape my dough then.
This is so good, you guys. Oh, by the way, according to your taste, you can add some salt. I'm gonna just add a pinch.
Okay, after I put my dough and before I put my white sauce,
Do you want some pepper in this one?
yeah, I do have some ingredients here. Oh, the green pepper. Yes.
No, the black brown
No. I'm okay. I'll spread. I'll spread some olive oil here.
pepper. It's so good.
Generously.
I'm gonna add some more salt. So every time we give you a recipe, we don't even tell you how much salt to add because that's always the taste. Okay?
Okay.
So I did kind of like 3 pinches of this. Honey, I want you to taste
Okay.
if it's to your liking or if you want more salt. More?
Let's add a little bit of salt.
A little bit more salt. A pinch or two?
Two, two,
Two pinches. So, okay. That's about half a teaspoon.
Taste. It's very flavorful.
You want to taste it again?
I think I'm good now.
Here, don't double dip. I'm like, no, don't put it in there.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, let me grab this. Look at this with the Parmesan cheese. You see how thick it's become? So now he's going to use it for our pizza.
Okay, so I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons. Maybe I'll use 3 so that it'll be more food. Okay.
Yeah, you can add as much as you want, huh?
Let's spread it. I'm still using the same brush. Maybe we could shift to this camera there so they can see the example of pizza.
I think we need more.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. Now, how much sauce do you need for every pizza? It's really up to you. Okay.
So that's it. That's my base.
Is that
right?
enough?
Yeah, that's enough.
That's enough.
Okay. So again, because I'm starting with a cold pan, I'm just gonna stop here first, cover it, and put my skillet to 300 degrees and leave it for about 10 minutes while I prepare all my cheeses and toppings. I am using chicken today because it goes with white sauce, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have some garlic, I have some spinach, I have some diced tomatoes, and some cut up green onions. And I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of garlic salt here on. But at this point, let's go ahead and set it at 300 degrees. Again, this is a mini oven, but if you notice, the space for heating is smaller. So therefore, you always start with a lower temperature as opposed to if you use
A big
a
oven.
regular oven.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, so that's it. Simple enough, 10 minutes. And then we're gonna start, I'm gonna start at least prepping the other dough for the chocolate chip pizza, and then I'm gonna grate my cheese. But Marvie can.
All
What's
right.
next?
Go ahead.
Okay.
So do you see there's a slight difference when you're doing your pizza with a crust that's from scratch. We're going to do two different baking, okay? First, just the dough, and then later on, we add all the toppings. So at this point, while he's doing this, this is for our dessert pizza, okay? While we're waiting for that, for your dessert pizza, what you're gonna have to do, if you already have a crust, let's say it's pre-made, okay, and you don't have to do this like he's doing now. The next thing, the first thing you're gonna do is create or make your cream sauce, your cream cheese sauce. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but I can't seem to speak properly. So again, what do we do with our cream cheese sauce? In your stovetop, you do medium low, okay? Not medium heat, but medium low. So I'm gonna do that with my stovetop now. Medium low in an induction cooktop is about 300 or 270 degrees. I'm kind of afraid of this induction cooktop because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not used to juicing this. I'm not quite familiar with it yet. I'm more familiar with ours.
Yeah, the only reason we use this is so that we don't have to keep on turning our backs on you guys.
And so you can see it better, right? Mikael, can we please turn on to this one? My son, my son. There you go. Okay, so what do we do with our cream cheese sauce and how do we make it? Here, the first thing you do is grab your cream cheese. If you want to make this vegan, you simply have to grab a cream cheese that's a vegan substitute, all right? So we need a whole block of an 8-ounce cream cheese for this one. Oops, it's hard to open the foil. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up this cream cheese block into our saucepan into 8 pieces, just so we can make sure that it cooks fast. Alrighty, let me just.
It's hard to make a perfect circle with pizza. But
It kind of like is very elastic. It goes back. It kind of bounces back, right?
But if you use the Pillsbury one,
So just cut up your cream cheese into your pan. Oops, this is hot. I'm gonna lower it even further. Now it's at 220. So just go easy on your stovetop temperature, okay? Make sure we don't burn this in the same way that we tried very hard. And we tried to make sure that we don't burn the flour and the butter mixture earlier. There you go. Cream cheese in. And then what do you do with the cream cheese? You heat it up at medium low, so it to the point that it's stirrable. Okay, let me just grab my other spatula.
okay, I think my dough is done.
Can you see this, everybody? So we're trying to heat up our cream cheese to make sure that it's stirrable, okay? cereal ball cream cheese. You see how it's already starting to liquefy pretty fast. So on a regular cooktop, you can probably get away with doing this over low heat, okay? Not even medium low. Now we are cranking over here.
So I am now prepping my mozzarella cheese for the pizza. I have about 5 more minutes left for the pre-bake of the crust.
You all see this? So now you see the cream cheese because it's already like almost liquefied, right? It's totally like stirrable. What you need to do next is add your vanilla. Okay? How much of the vanilla? A teaspoonful is going in here. A teaspoonful of vanilla in there. Starting to go one on top of each other. Are you all okay? Can you see this? Hope you guys can see this. So after the whole teaspoonful of vanilla, the next thing you're going to add will be your sugar. Now, I have to tell you that a lot of other recipes, oops, honey, you're going to, don't, you went through the, in front of the camera, sorry, you were like a ghost. Typical recipes for this one calls for about a half cup of sugar. But this is one way that I'm cutting down on sugar, okay? Instead of a full cup of sugar with the cream cheese, I'm only doing a fourth of a cup.
Oh.
A fourth of a cup because I don't want it so sweet, okay? So honestly, every single time we try to tell you, we want to share with you healthier versions of our favorite dishes. The way we do that, first of all, we try to always grab organic stuff, right? The better kind. As far as cheeses, we always try to grab the blocked ones, not pre-shredded or pre-grated. We grate it ourselves. It's better. Yeah, that's a better kind. Whenever it's a dessert, we try to cut down on the sugar. We always try to cut down on the sugar as much as half of the sugar that whatever recipe calls for.
Okay, so you can see I've formed the dough for the chocolate chip pizza, and I have shredded my cheese. And I have 3 minutes left for this one. Um, in the meantime, I'll be shredding some um, mushrooms as well, some onions, and some green pepper.
All right, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Now here, wait. Oh, you're trying to tell me that you're going to do that now? This is pretty much ready because our sugar has already been, it's pretty much melted into the cream cheese, okay? So when this is done, you simply turn off your stove top for the cream cheese. Then here, I want to show you how I'm going to bake our chocolate chip pizza. I'm using our regular 8 on 10-inch gourmet skillet from Saladmaster, all right? And this is what I'm going to use for a chocolate chip pizza. So like Chet did with the other one earlier, he sprayed some olive oil, right? But I'm not going to do olive oil. I'm going to do butter. Where is our brush?
Over here.
There's no more brush.
Oh.
Anyway, can't find my brush, so I'm going to do this. I went old-fashioned. I went old-fashioned with my clean pan. And I'm doing some butter at the bottom. Okay? More because I really like that. Now here is our pizza dough that I'm so excited about. There you go. I'm gonna have a little bit of an edge to this one, see? On the top, which is perfect. I like it that way. I've been trying to tell Chad, hey, can we pinch it on the side? I like how it looks, like Roselle did last time. When Roselle cooked with us last Sunday, her dough looked so nice and round. So Roselle, if you're watching us, I'm trying to imitate the way your pizza looked last time, okay? But then again, everybody, please don't be afraid of a pizza crust. It's okay if it doesn't look very nice. What's important is it tastes good, right?
So 10 minutes is done for me. And you could see, oh yeah, you could actually see it from that camera. Okay.
Right.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna punch some holes to make sure that my air goes out.
So that it doesn't bubble. You know how sometimes your pizza gets really thick in the middle? That's if you don't punch holes so it can air out. The air can escape.
Okay.
That's what that is
And
for.
now I'm going to be adding my ingredients. So I'm gonna add my cheese first.
So everybody, you might get confused. We're doing this simultaneously at this point. My hubby is doing the savory pizza with the white sauce. They're both white. And then here on the butcher block, if you can see, is our chocolate pizza with the cream cheese sauce that I'm trying to lay out. Okay?
And now I'm adding my
On
chicken,
the dough.
which I had boiled earlier without water. So I kind of like just put in a moist paper towel and then boiled my chicken until the red was out. Taken out.
There you go. Ooh, so good. Okay, so that's your cream cheese pizza sauce on top. What is that doing?
Oh,
Yes.
and then I'm gonna add my garlic.
So this is where you can do whatever you want, right? It doesn't matter what you want to put on top of your pizza. It's totally up to you. This is the beauty of making it on your own at home. And then you can totally customize it. Let's say your kids, there's certain things that they want and don't like. You can divvy up your pizza. A lot of times when you order pizza, you can only do this halfway through, right? They allow you to combine two different flavorings or two different kinds of toppings in one whole pizza, but you can only do that two different kinds, right? You can't go four or three different kinds, but if you're making it at home, then you can. Are you gonna add some sauce on top? No.
Yeah, so I'm gonna finish first with more with my diced tomatoes.
But the toppings are going to show, right? Okay, last week, when we've been making a lot of our pizza, we realized, you know what? We could hardly see all the other toppings. What's normally seen is just the cheese on top. So we were like, you know what? We should not pound on all the cheeses on top so we can see the toppings.
Okay, and then I'm gonna add my sliced onions.
This is a lot.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I still have my mushroom and
maybe I should put that on my cauliflower crust.
Sure. I'm just gonna.
That's
put
a lot. It's gonna be so. I don't know if the cheese can hold.
Okay, I won't put mushroom anymore, and I'm just gonna add more cheese a little bit on top. I won't add sauce anymore. Okay. All right. Now the next part is gonna be at 275 for 15 minutes, and after that it's done. So much lower than if you were doing it in a traditional oven. So last week, this is what Roselle would have done because she was also using her
E-asy.
Okay, there you go. So you'll see the finished product in a little bit, and Marvie will now show you the rest of the chocolate chip pizza.
Back to me again. Okay. So if you see, I'm using, like I said earlier, I don't know if you caught it, I'm using a regular 10-inch gourmet skillet to bake this, okay? And instead of putting it up, maybe I can just do the stovetop as well. Okay, I'm gonna do the stovetop as well. I have two choices. I wanted to show you that I can bake using this, okay? A regular skillet on the stovetop here with the induction cooked up again, or I can also show you that this can totally go into your big oven. Okay, if you choose to do that.
You wanted the 475?
475, no,
Okay.
450.
Okay.
I've been preheating the big oven to 450. I'm going to decide what we are going to do by asking him. So our cream cheese sauce is already here. The next thing you're going to add will be your dark chocolate chips. I always use dark chocolate chips. Again, another way of making our dessert better. Okay. So the recipe actually called for a whole cup of chocolate chips. I can't do a whole cup, even if I'm using dark morsels, because that's too much. So this is actually 2/3 of a cup. Honey, you want to press it down? Here, I'm going to make my honey work and press it down. You can use a spatula.
Okay. I'm going to use all of the chips.
Yeah, it's 2/3 cup, and then press it down, please.
Okay.
And the next thing we're going to do is the streusel, as always. We have streusel.
It's almost like making fudge, right?
Oh, you used my container.
Container.
You used my container, so now I'm going to have to do something else.
I have another
Excuse
container.
me. It's too big.
Okay.
Okay, for our streusel, you've seen me do this a lot of times in the show already, but if it's your first time to join us, that's fine too. So what do we need for the streusel? We are going to need room temperature butter. And you can actually use about 3 tablespoonfuls, or about a whole fourth of a cup. I'm going to use a whole fourth of a cup, okay? It's actually 4 cups. And then I'm just going to mush it down, and add 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. So this is your typical streusel, okay? If you notice the way I make streusel, the ingredients are pretty much the same. The only thing that differs is the ratio. And of course, this one is not my favorite cinnamon streusel. It's just the streusel on top that we're going to put with our chocolate chip pizza. And after that, you just add your sugar, which is another 1/2 of a cup.
Okay, can we transfer to the main camera, Nick?
Not yet, honey.
Oh, not yet? Okay.
Okay, it's actually, I'm going to use 1/4 of a cup of sugar, not 1/2. And then how much of your flour, because we do need flour for this, 1/2 a cup. Okay. And I'm simply going to use a fork to mix all of these together until it's crumbly. Okay, look. What were you trying to say, honey?
I wanted that it's clearer. They can actually see this as well.
Okay. Can you please do the camera, Mikael? Thank you. Dad's camera, I think, close to the butcher block.
Yeah, they could see you there. See.
You can see me there too. Perfect.
Oh, there's the butcher block. Okay.
On top. So this is our 1/4 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of flour, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. All right. So you see how they're coming together. So as soon as this is like almost crumbly, we're going to just sprinkle it on top of the cream cheese layered with chocolate chips. This is going to be so good. And how long do you bake this in the oven? At 450 for like 8 to 10 minutes, depending on the thickness of your crust. Or if you want it crunchy, you do 475 degrees at 8 minutes. Okay, so higher temperature, especially if your crust is thin. I always prefer thicker crusts, if you guys don't know me. So do you see this?
Yep.
That's your crumble. And then now we're gonna spread it out on top of our chocolate chip pizza. Here you go, honey.
Okay. You still want this view?
It's up to you.
Okay, Mikael, you can go back to the main camera now. There you go. All right. So Marvie has successfully created this crumble mixture. So now we're gonna start just dropping it on top of the chocolate chip dough, right?
Oh, it smells so good already. I want to eat it already. Wow. Hey, oh, so we're going to have to make a decision. If we bake this on the stove top, it will be nice and fine, okay? But if we want the topping, especially the streusel, to be brown and crunchy, we're going to have to bake this in the traditional oven. Honey, what do you want?
I do want to show you guys what it looks like from a regular oven.
Okay.
The flexibility of this Saladmaster skillet, though, is that you can put it anywhere.
Mhm.
You can put it in the oven or on the stovetop.
So we'll try to show you for the first time using our 10-inch gourmet skillet in the big oven, okay? That'll be fun. So we've been preheating our oven to 450 degrees because our crust is not necessarily thin. It's a little bit thicker. And we're gonna bake this for 10 minutes. And we're gonna check it after 10, okay?
Okay, looks good.
It's almost done. There you
I have
go.
8 more minutes for my savory pizza over here. So, do you guys have any questions? Let's see who's here. So, there's Nerissa and Celeste and Rochelle. Hello. I saw Julie join earlier. Thanks for joining, Julie. Rowena, Layla, Alex, Susie, Sadie. Wow, a lot of people today. Thank you so much for dropping in. And that's only on one of the watch parties. So if you're on the
Another
other watch parties, hi. Okay.
Hello, thank you for dropping by.
Fred
So here,
Marvie.
I'm looking at the time. We have 16 minutes now. Here's something else I want to show you. I'm gonna grab my pizza crust that's actually made of cauliflower.
Okay, so we have a third pizza. This time it's a vegetarian option, right?
It's vegan.
It's vegan.
A pre-made cauliflower crust.
Mhm.
Now I'm gonna make a promise. I'm gonna learn how to make this from scratch because I kid you not, I love cauliflower crust. So here's my cauliflower crust. And then I have my leftover white sauce.
I do have some onions over here.
Yes. And we're gonna add my favorite. Honestly, I actually love red onions on my pizza.
Okay.
And a lot of green pepper and actually
Some
mushrooms.
Okay.
Is what I want for mine. Okay. So if you're wondering, this white pizza sauce that we made, if you want to make a big batch at one time, just double up on the recipe, okay? And that recipe is actually good for 2 12-inch pizzas. So if you want to double up the batch, then that will be good for 4 12-inch pizzas. And you can actually refrigerate this for up to 5 days. Do not freeze it, okay? Because it kind of curdles afterwards. Because if you freeze it, you thaw it, and you're gonna have to heat it up. The Parmesan cheese is already there. Remember, I was trying to tell you, Parmesan cheese is not meant to be heated at high heat. Don't boil it because it alters its flavor at the same time, okay? So there's that. Oh, he chopped it manually. I wanted to show you with the machine.
You can show it there.
All right. Okay. Here.
I was wanting to make sure we still have time. It's always a challenge with a 1-hour show if you try to do 3 different dishes.
I'm trying to make everything fit right here. I always want to slice up my ingredients fresh. So here's my green pepper. Bell pepper is what I meant, okay? If you guys are wondering, what does she refer to as green pepper? It's my bell pepper. He sliced up some for me.
Just one. Just one. Did you want more?
No, it's okay. Here, honey. Do you want to lay it out on the crust?
Sure.
You can grab them.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. Do you want to do the onions too? There.
Yes.
Okay.
And my onion here. My red onion. Yum. And where did you put my mushrooms? There you go. I'm just gonna drop in the mushrooms on this with a food guard.
There's one more here.
Yeah, and there's one more there. Do you see how fast this is? Look at this, gourmet. My good friend Celeste, if you're watching, this is going to be my gourmet vegan pizza. Oh, not quite. The Parmesan is not dairy free. I'm sorry. It's vegetarian, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Now, what about our cheese? You want to use my leftover cheese?
Yes, please. Where's the mozzarella?
Here. I have my mozzarella here.
Put it on top, and then we're going to put another layer, honey. Because I want a lot of veggies anyway. And I want to add some provolone cheese to it too. I love provolone with mozzarella.
I had this that didn't get grated, but I'm just going to put it there. Okay. That's all my mozzarella.
Okay. Do you want to grate some more?
Sure. Which one do we use this time?
We don't have enough. Yeah, please. We need more mozzarella cheese for that.
Did you want another layer of vegetables?
Yes, we're gonna add some more mozzarella because here's what I want. I want the mozzarella cheese to kind of hold down the first layer of veggies, veggie toppings on top, and then we'll add a little more so that it can show.
So you want more mozzarella first?
Yes, please. And then we're gonna add some provolone.
Okay. That's it?
Oh, you already added a lot. Okay, that's okay. And then add a little bit more
of vegetables.
Of the toppings, please. Okay. Oops, sorry. I'm making a loud noise.
Okay, I think that looks good enough for me.
Okay, perfect. Do you see this?
Okay.
And I am going to bake, oopsies. I'm actually going to use another 10-inch to bake it. Oh, it's not going to fit. So okay, we need another one. Let's grab our 12-inch. Let's break it open. Okay, here. I'm going to use our 11-inch skillet, covered skillet. All right, a little bit of olive oil. What temperature will this be at, honey?
Is it good?
Yes.
Okay. That is just going to be at 400 for
on
about,
this one?
Yeah, for 8 minutes.
400?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to burn?
No.
400, 8 minutes. Do you see this? Our last pizza, the cauliflower one that's vegetarian, is on the stovetop using our covered 11-inch gourmet.
I need this for the pizza.
Okay, yeah. Here. Sorry, I'm trying to make room on this. Okay, here. I'm going to grab this one so you all can see.
1 more minute for this other pizza, but you'll see it. I'm excited. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Who else has joined? You have Dennis, Vian. Hi. Doug Bundy. Thank you for joining. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to message us. Give us a like. If you have a complaint, if you have a suggestion, we're open. We're just like regular folks like you trying to cook at home.
Yes. All right, here we go. So while we're waiting on a minute for that one, it's actually done?
It's done. So here's our pizza.
Do you want to make it a little bit more brown, I think?
Okay.
Yeah, I want to make it a little bit more brown, because our crust is actually thick. So we're going to bring up the temperature once again, maybe 325 to brown it. And we're going to add how many minutes? 5 minutes?
Do we still have time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want it a little bit brown, okay? But while we're waiting on that and our pizza, cookie chip pizza dessert, okay? We have how many more minutes do we have on that one? We didn't even time it. I forgot to time
how many?
I think we only have like 3 minutes on our chocolate chip pizza dessert. Okay, I'll just eyeball it, see if it's getting ready. Okay, a little bit more cooked.
Yeah.
So how much more time do we need?
Probably 5 minutes.
5 more minutes. Okay, perfect.
So same, everything's gonna be finished. In about
Almost
5
at the
minutes.
same time. So did we time this one
That one is not up. Maybe 5 more minutes left as well.
as well? So everything is like 5, 5, 5. That's like the sardines. But we want to invite you to all the other classes that we have. We have other friends, cooking coaches for Saladmaster, who are doing their own cooking tutorials at different time slots. Honey, you want to tell them about it? Go ahead.
Okay, so if you do want to be just vegetable based, there is a class every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Okay, and that is with Celeste and Leia Kerubo. Okay, so PM us and we'll send you the link to that. We will also try to share and host a watch party during that time. But it's going to be I think they're doing a three bean salad, something like that. Okay, see something really really healthy and green. Okay, now if you do want some Asian cooking, that is on Saturdays at 11 o'clock, and you could still see the replay of that one from is it My Supreme Kitchen?
Yes.
It's My Supreme Kitchen.
Actually, Joyful Life.
Oh no, they changed. It transitioned to Joyful Life. So if you look at the Joyful Life Salad Master page, they made baked sushi, which was really interesting. It was the first time I've actually tried it, and it's pretty good.
Yesterday.
Okay, so yeah, so you could check it out as well. They do save their videos out there. That's every Saturday at 11 o'clock. So if you want Asian, you have that option. If you want vegan, then you have the Monday nights.
Yes.
And of course, if you want the simple cooking with a lot of learning in the process, then join us. 7 with Jed Marvie.
Why did you say it that way? With a lot of learning.
Because
Join
we're kind of like, learn a lot of things along the way.
Learn a lot of things along the way, right? All right.
That was too high. Where did you put it?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. 3 more minutes.
Something's burning.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you hear me say that? What is burning? Something's burning. I'll grab it, honey. Let me do that. And then put it down.
Okay. I think the cauliflower pizza.
It's very high, actually.
Yeah. We'll lower this. Okay. There you go. 2 more minutes. Ta-da. Actually, I think this is. I like it this way. Marvie wants it a little more toasty, so we're just gonna wait a little bit.
Okie dokes. There you go. How about that? Okay. So, is there anything else?
Nothing. We're just waiting now. Everything's gonna come together. We're gonna have pizza tonight.
So, do you see how easy and fast this is? We did make our pizza crust a little bit earlier, but we're making 3 different things, and we're so done that we don't have anything else to do but talk to you all.
I wish somebody cooked with us, but William, if you tried cooking with us, I hope you're doing well. Give me feedback, okay?
Yes. But again, if you're not familiar with 7 with Chad Marvie, once again, we want to let you know this is a cooking class that's meant to be a cook-along session that we do every Sunday, 5 to 6 p.m. CST. And we always try to feature simplified dishes, okay? We always try to share with you those that we love with only 7 ingredients or less. And we try to make it better every time, a healthier option or version by teaching you all the possible substitutions. Okay, dokes?
And
Yes.
you have the option to join us via Zoom. We like it in Zoom because we could see what you're cooking, and we can actually talk to each other
We can
real time.
interact.
Yep.
Yes.
And if you have questions, you can just shoot them at the moment that it comes to your mind.
Mhm. Now, in the same manner that we asked you around July, I'm going to ask you again. And please, I want answers. Can you please try to give us feedback and answers? We want to feature dishes that you really want to see and learn. Can you let us know what those are? Okay. In as much as we said, we want to teach you all about pizza the whole month of September. Is there anything that you feel like, okay, Marvie, Chet, we don't really like pizza. Can you move on? Can you do something else? You can let us know. In October, we are planning on doing soups. All right. The most popular and your most favorite soups, simplified in such a way that they will still be really, really yummy. Okay.
And if you notice, we do use exclusively Saladmaster equipment. So if you have questions about that as well, feel free to ask. Okay. All right. Time is up.
You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Are you guys ready for the big reveal? Okay, 2 minutes on the clock. This is the... See, our crust is thick, which I'm so excited about.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pull it on top of my chopping board, okay? But here's our savory pizza. Oops. Here we go. Ta-da!
Look.
This is our
Do you want
white.
to slice it?
Yeah, it's a white pizza with chicken, spinach, onions, tomatoes, um, garlic, and that's it. All right, I'm gonna. You can go ahead and just show us, Mikael, on the regular camera. That's fine.
And
Here.
the big reveal for our pizza,
Okay.
chocolate chip pizza coming up.
I'm gonna slice this in a bit, okay? But I just wanna. Let's look at the chocolate pizza first. Oh, it looks really good.
Ta-da! Who wants to come eat with us? Do you see this? Mikael, you want to show them up close?
Yeah, it looks good.
Where do you want to go?
Over
I'm
there.
sorry. Right here. I confused my son. I'm so sorry, big guy. Do you see this?
Yes. So you see how the streusel turned out? Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm so excited. I can't hide
Okay,
it.
so now I'm gonna.
Okay. You may slice that. I'm going to
Slice
put this here so people can
And then
show.
we're gonna have to show the last one.
Yes. And that's it. And we're going to sign off. We want to wish you all a great week coming up.
It looks really good.
Everybody, please stay safe. If you want to continue, if you want to somehow make what we tried to show you today, please go ahead and just look at this video on replay.
It's perfect. It's crunchy at the bottom. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's not burnt at all.
It's not burnt at all. And then here's our other pizza, the one with the cauliflower crust.
Okay,
It's
I
also
guess we
done.
need another plate for that one.
See, do you see all these pizzas? We're going to have a really good dinner, everybody. I will invite you to come. If you're close enough and you feel like you want to join us for dinner, please come. Feel free to come. We lifted it up beautifully. Here's everything,
And here's
everyone.
our cauliflower pizza.
Yes.
Yay!
So once again, good night, everybody. See you next week. We're looking forward to having more of our friends cook with us. Bye.
Hope you learned something. Give us a shout out, okay, on Facebook. Bye, guys. Enjoy your Sunday evening.